KIMT News 3, coverage you can count on. This is KIMT News 3 at 6.
A sweeping bipartisan bill to modernize USPS and its operations. I'm KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon speaking with both of Minnesota's U.S. senators about what it means for the North Star state.
Minnesota's GOP gubernatorial candidates are here tonight in the Med City. I'm KIMT News 3's Alec Lasham, live with a look at the candidates.
And it certainly has been a cold one out there today, but I'm tracking some more spring-like conditions as we get into next week. A full check of that forecast is coming up.
Thank you for joining us for KIMT News 3 at 6. I'm Tyler Utska. First tonight, you've got mail. President Biden is set to sign a bill reforming the United States Postal Service. KIMT News 3's Anthony Monzon spoke with both of Minnesota's U.S. senators about the bipartisan bill that'll soon become law. He joins us now with the impact that it could make. Anthony.
Yeah, Tyler, and if you thought that "you got mail" reference was dated, the post office was actually founded all the way back in 1775 and was supposed to be funded by postage sales and other services. But with the agency having suffered 14 straight years of losses, both houses of Congress say they're delivering for USPS by passing the Postal Service Reform Act. The bill overhauls financial practices at USPS and modernizes its operations, provisions requiring employees enroll in Medicare as soon as they're eligible, and dropping a mandate forcing the agency to cover its health care costs years in advance are expected to save the Postal Service nearly $50 billion over the next 10 years. The legislation also ensures mail will be delivered 6 days a week, with a few exceptions, and requires USPS to create an online dashboard with nationwide delivery data. Senators Smith and Klobuchar tell me the Postal Service Reform Act makes sure USPS can better serve all Minnesotans for generations to come.
At the end of the day, this is about people, especially I think people living in rural communities who know that they can count on the post office to be there for them, to deliver those checks, to get those ballots delivered on time if it's election season, and it's going to make a big difference.
Right now, I literally have to rely on hearing from a farmer in Lanesboro or a small business owner in Rochester or a grandma that didn't get her birthday card outside of Faribault. And that's literally what happens. And then you call, hey, it looks like there's problems in the system. That is no way to run a railroad or a postal service. And so with this new technology, we're going to be able to track where there's problems.
And the president of the American Postal Workers Union calls the passage of this bill a, quote, turning point in the fight to protect and strengthen the people's public postal service, a national treasure. Tyler?
All right, thank you, Anthony. And officials have previously warned that without congressional action, the Postal Service would run out of funding by the year 2024. All right, let's get you an update on the forecast now with Aaron. Overall, we had a pretty nice day, I'd say.
Yeah.
But we never got above freezing, did we?
Yeah, we did not. Unfortunately, it was one of those cold days, and we got a little bit more of that coming our way as we go into tomorrow. But I am tracking some nicer conditions as we get towards the end of the weekend. Just got to get through a rather chilly end to the work week. As we look live, though, over Austin right now, a beautiful sunset out there on a rather cold day. Temperatures right now 25 degrees, wind out of the southwest at 9, making it feel a little bit colder out there. Same thing for Rochester, 23 now, west-southwest wind at 13, making it feel like about 11 degrees. And we got 20s across the board, 23 Mason City and Charles City, 24 in Osage. And going through our forecast this evening, that southwest wind's going to keep us from dropping too much. But then we're tracking colder air for tomorrow. It's going to be a rather windy day as well. We talked about your Friday forecast and a look ahead to the warm-up coming up here in just a bit.
Thank you, Aaron. Olmsted County is accepting applications for election assistance to help in the 2022 election cycle. 12 temporary positions need to be filled through November 23rd, and here's what you need to be able to do for the job. So just have a high school diploma, a GED, or a foreign education equivalent. That's equivalent to a high school diploma. They'll also take you if you have a 6 month or 6 months of experience in a customer-focused position. Now, some of the work that you can expect to do is help with election judge training, direct voters to polling places, and help during elections by answering questions, monitoring supplies, ballot counting, or directing traffic. And new at 6, the Eagles Club in Rochester is hosting Minnesota's gubernatorial candidates for the Republican Party tonight. KIMT News 3's Alec Lasham is live outside of the building where doors are set to open pretty soon, aren't they, Alec?
Yeah, Tyler, doors are set to open at 6:30, but as you can see here, people are already showing up one by one. This parking lot here at the Eagles Club is getting pretty full pretty quick. Now, when I spoke with Chris Brandt, the GOP chairman for Olmsted County, he told me tonight will be a very event-packed night that will give some of these candidates a chance to kind of voice what their stances will be on policy ahead of November's election. Now, we'll look at some of the GOP hopefuls, includes, Senator Michelle Benson, former Senator Paul Gazelka, Dr. Scott Jensen, as well as Mike Murphy, who is here tonight. I'm told Dr. Neil Shaw is not here tonight. Now, if we go back a month ago to caucus night in Minnesota, that was on February 2nd, if you remember back at home, Dr. Scott Jensen won that straw man poll by at least a 25% margin, taking 40% of that vote among GOP voters in Minnesota. So it'll be interesting to see tonight how it plays out and whether or not, which talking points, whether or not Michelle Benson brings up some more policy stuff, or even Gazelka as well. Now, this event will feature a Q&A portion that will give some of the candidates a chance, 75-second answers, and then also a 2-minute portion following that, and then ending with a speed dating round where the people of Rochester can really get to know their candidates. Back to you, Tyler.
All right, Alec, thank you much. You'll have much more for us tonight at 10. And remember, Minnesota Republicans will be having their state convention in Rochester in May. It'll be at the Mayo Civic Center on May 13th and 14th. That's where delegates will decide on and endorse a candidate for governor. Minnesota's positivity rate continues to drop with COVID-19, and it's the lowest it's been since late last summer. The positivity rate now sits at 3.9%. The Minnesota Department of Health is reporting 604 new COVID-19 cases and 17 more deaths. Almost 70% of Minnesotans 5 and older have gotten at least one dose of the COVID-19 vaccine. Mask guidance is changing for anyone visiting government buildings or facilities in Olmsted County or the city of Rochester. So as of now, masks will no longer be required when inside. The county and city of Rochester still recommend wearing them, though, and if you want to, then you're more than welcome. City and county officials also strongly encourage the unvaccinated and immunocompromised to continue to wear them, too. The CDC recently updated the COVID-19 community level for Olmsted County to medium, which is the reason for this change. 2 buildings in Albert Lea are being taken down because of the dangers they pose to the community. What the zoning and building administrator is saying about the demolition. Plus, there are 3 finalists for the new Mason City mascot. What 5 criteria points the students wanted when choosing these potential mascots.
KIMT News 3 at 6. Your local news with KIMT News 3's Tyler Yutzka. Tracking storms with Storm Team 3 Chief Meteorologist Aaron White. This is KIMT News 3. More local news that is happening right now. We are coverage you can count on.